Jesus Christ, how long have I been in this fucking thing? Hello, my name's Artemis, and it seems like your journey through the furry fandom is always adapting and changing to suit all of the new information you are getting. Things like fursuit crushes and extra new bits of drama and, of course, exasperation as to how the whole fucking thing works. It's almost like the furry experience kind of follows the same sort of patterns and that everyone shares very similar experiences. You know, kind of experiences that could be easily broken down into a video or several little mini skits, something like that. But I mean, what would that even look like? Every good story has a good beginning, and considering how fucking weird and awkward our furry experience is, it's pretty fitting that all of the odd discoveries we make serve to limit our expectations of how the whole thing is going to go. It's funny how the simplest of little things can open your eyes to the fact that you are, oh my god, a fucking furry. For me, it was this vine right here, which I have very lovely animated onto the screen, and it's probably finished now that I'm done talking, but it could be anything for other people.
Hey, cheers for letting me watch Zootopia again. I don't know why I need to keep borrowing it. It's been like 5 times this week. Hopefully that doesn't mean anything. Fuck.
You know, Tony the Tiger's pretty hot. The fuck did that come out of my mouth? Ah!
How can I be one of you?
Once you start to accept that it is likely going to be a part of your life and that you want to, you know, get into this whole thing, it's very easy to develop that feeling of wanting to make up for lost time. And in doing so, you end up sliding down that slippery slope of furriness and wanting to throw yourself into this gigantic whole new world that has just opened up to you, and it is just so goddamn exciting to you. Much to the exasperation of all of us who have already done that shit. Oh my god, fursuiters!
I know.
Oh my god, these conventions!
I know.
Oh my god, this artwork!
I know.
Oh my god, these omnipositive dildos!
Jesus fucking Christ, I wish I didn't know.
So now you're in the whole fucking thing. You have planted your flag and you are staying. You have gotten yourself in deeper than a made-for-you suitor's anus. Nothing's gonna stop you now, and you are completely enamored with all these people that you put high up upon pedestals and, you know, conveniently, completely ignore every red flag and glaring toxic trait that might just indicate they're not exactly what you think they are. Oh boy, looking back on shit like this is pretty painful, but I suppose, hey, we were all naive at some point and believed the ever so shiny representation of a person that they paint across their Twitter profile. It's very important that we go through these things. It's very important for our development, and you shouldn't begrudge them. It does happen to us all, but recounting your history of certain events makes it seem a bit like a scene straight out of Hot Fuzz. So what made you want to become a dog?
Furry.
What made you want to become a dog furry?
I remember a time in my life where I didn't want to be a furry, apart from the entirety of my life up to the age of 23, where I wanted to be dead. I got into the fandom chasing a little dream of having some sort of social life through Vine. I ended up meeting a community of people that helped me see exactly what all of this fandom could offer me and how it could enrich my life.
They sound like nice guys.
Actually, they turned out to be something far different than they presented as, and they eventually turned on me and tried to tear me apart more heavily than anyone else in my life ever has before.
What a bunch of cunts.
It was always going to happen, but I never lost that sense of community and the deeply loved friends that I found. I had to prove to myself that this fandom could be far more than all of that, and from that moment on I knew I was destined to spend my life with these people.
Shame.
How so?
I think you would have made a great corpse. But putting all of that social stuff aside, which should be pretty easy because hell, furries don't really have much of a grasp of social skills, and just a glimpse of my unread DMs will prove that to you. There are obviously more experiences that we all shudder to remember because of their crushing basicness. We all find fursuit crushes and idols within this fandom that, again, we just put up on those pedestals and idolize like they're gods, but sometimes the obsession that we have with them borders on bunny boiler territory. And that's not a reference to some obscure niche fetish porn, though I imagine that does exist. Hey, hello, hey, can I be your friend? I really like that tweet you made like a couple of years ago. How about I send you my home address and we can be pen pals? You can be my own personal counsellor.
What we're sticking on TV today, but...
TV? Oh, TV, shit, maybe I could just do Netflix instead. Netflix is so much better. Hey, do you like to Netflix and chill? Maybe we could do that, but like, not in a lewd way, obviously. I mean, unless you wanted to, of course. Not that I want to, of course, unless you wanted me to, of course. Either notice me or stomp on my face. I honestly don't mind which. Not to throw shade, obviously, at anyone who wants to interact with someone who has brought something good into their life and they are obviously very appreciative of the stuff they make. No, I wouldn't ever do that. I mean, I did throw shade a little bit, but that's only because it was funny, not because I wanted to hurt or offend anybody. If I wanted to hurt and offend you, I wasn't gonna say it, alright? They're all fucking freaks. But that whole mess is just the first fucking stage of all of this bullshit. And when you start to realise that you're not actually going to get a reply, things start to take a bit of a different turn. Hey, listen, I'm too fucking good to send poor pictures. I hope you understand this to be the last anonymous DM I ever send your entitled ass. I know you got my last messages, you just left me on red. I loved you, Artie. We could have fucking had something together, but you ruined it. I hope you can't sleep, so you tweet about it. Or when you tweet, I hope you can't sleep, so you stream about it. And then your followers all enable you, and you can't breathe about it. And then you shut the fuck up! Got my bitch in the bathroom, spiked his tea with PG tips. I gotta go. It's getting close to the time to drink. Also, do you want to roleplay with dicks? Oh god, that shit is far too fucking real, but I guess everybody goes through their own little stan phase at some point. Hopefully we all just come through it and grow through it, because I mean, fuck you. You kinda have to for your own survival and not to get incarcerated for fucking murder. Oh my god. But it's not all emo messages and shit like that, of course. No, there always comes a point where we do have to face up to the realities of the fandom and what things really mean. Aww, this really cute fursuiter on the bed. They just wanted some cuddles.
No, it's Snuggles, boy.
Yeah, same thing.
No, Snuggles just means they want to fuck.
Oh. Hey, you ever wonder what happened to that YouTuber? You know the one.
Don't know who you're talking about.
You know, did all the vines, went to all the cons, friends with everybody. I think they like hit 100k at some point as well.
No idea. Best to just change the subject, not mention it ever again.
Yeah, I can't quite remember his name, but you know the one I mean. I mean, what happened to him? Wasn't it like a K or something?
Artie, no, we're not talking about... Just cut to the next fucking bit.
You know, going back over these con photos, I never actually really realised just how much fetish gear is on display. Like, when did that happen?
It was always like that.
So what, people go to these conventions just to fuck? Just massive orgies in the hotel, is that what you're saying?
No, not just that. There's rampant alcohol abuse as well, and usually a few ambulances.
But I think this is where you actually start to settle into the fandom and find a good place within it. I mean, you come in getting all enamored and you're in love with the fandom and how amazing everybody is and all the things and everything inside it. But, I mean, that's only one side of it. And then you start to see the nitty-gritty or the shitty parts, that it's just the same as any other social group. And that's when you kind of get to make the decision that, oh, okay, this is actually a pretty rounded place. You take those rose-tinted glasses off and you can appreciate it for what it is. You can spend your time focused on the things that actually matter rather than the things you think you should be fucking caring about. And I think that's actually what helps people develop quite a deeper love for the whole thing. So I don't really think you can truly enjoy the fandom until you have confronted both the good and the bad. And I think that everybody comes to a point where they kind of recognise what they do want to enjoy out of it and what they don't. And they find what the fandom is going to mean to them. And that's the best point of the fandom, really. Yeah, see, you come through all of these universally shared pieces of awkwardness and scenarios that we can all kind of relate to, and you get to a point where you've just accepted the way things are, and you have reconciled exactly what you're going to get out of the fandom, and you might feel less involved in it, you might feel less of a furry, but ultimately you're getting a more personal experience from it, because That's what the fandom is to each individual person. There's not one experience is the same as the next. Usually, hopefully, you find yourself with a very close group of friends who have all kind of just found each other because you share the same interests, you share the same mentalities and personality traits, you just click. And that's ultimately what the fandom, I think, is all about. So, yeah, if you're going through all this shit, just keep plugging away until you fucking get there. But there you have it, there's some university shared awkwardness put into skit form because that's basically what it's easier to display it as. I'm sure that everybody can relate to at least some of it, being on one side or the other. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day for me. I wish I could just feed on that fucking energy a little bit more. Give me all of your fucking life, but hey ho, I guess I will just take some likes and comments, I guess. Or maybe, who knows, maybe, just maybe, a Patreon endorsement. Oh, God, ending a video with the Patreon thing flashing up, that's pretty original, it's pretty new, right? So yeah, maybe check that out, maybe. Or definitely check that out. Please, for the love of fucking God, I'm fucking broke. But thank you very much. That's enough shameless begging, and yeah, there'll be another video next week, surprise the fucking price. I mean, there'll probably be 2 if you sign up to Patreon, who knows? Oh, we got another plug in there! I'm fucking impressive. Bye, bitch.